on the IL today. Tatis, Mateo, and Profar. Tatis, tested positive for COVID. The good news is, as of right now, he's feeling well with no symptoms. Mateo and Profar, due to MLB's contact tracing and just following the protocols, right there with the close contact, those guys are on the IL as well. And we will bring up Andrioli, Tuku, and Chrismat. They all will be active and ready to go today.
Jayce, with regards to the positive test for Fernando, what's the follow-up on that now? If he were to have a couple of follow-up negative tests, he would still be required to be on the 10-day IL. Is that correct?
Honestly, I don't know right now. The news is, pretty brief. So I don't 100% have the direct answer to that right now.
Okay.
So, yeah, I wish I had more for you there.
Yeah, and then as far as Mateo and Profar go, similar to Will, he was back the next day, if I'm not mistaken, or even more quickly. So if they come back and test negative right away, they could possibly be reactivated fairly quickly?
I don't know that to be true either. A lot has to do, there's so many different sets of rules. And, it's a little bit different with the contact tracing and who's been for over a certain period. So I don't have the answer to that one either. I just know kind of where we're at today. So Chrismat traveled with us, so that would be considered a taxi squad, and it's a little bit easier. It's not impossible, but it's easier to bring guys up from AAA. You can bring guys up from, AA or A ball, et cetera, but there's a little bit more of an intake process. It's a little bit easier and a little bit more efficient now being able to do that from AAA. All I can tell you is, I found out really late last night was the first I'd heard of it. Dealing with what we've dealt with the last year, I don't feel confident in anything. I think, surprises or, certainly after going through, was it a week ago or so in Arizona, that was kind of a whirlwind of things happening really quick. So the good news is we feel like we've been there before. And I definitely wouldn't feel confident, because unfortunately, that's how COVID seems to work. It can, pop up kind of anytime, any place, anywhere. Naturally, you're punched in the stomach a little bit. You first of all want to make sure, for certainly Tatis in this situation, is he feeling okay? And it was good to kind of see him, over FaceTime, and he's feeling well. He's crushed. He's crushed, inside, mentally, things like that. At the same time, it's almost, for our guys here, we got a chance to pick him up. We got a chance to pick it up a little bit. We're coming off a fairly decent offensive game, and look, it's a blow, but we've got the guys. It's not going to be one guy having to carry a lot of things. It's going to be a lot of guys chipping in and contributing, and we got an opportunity to have two good offensive games in a row. If we can start to do that, we got a chance to get some momentum, but it's going to be a tough task tonight here in Colorado. Sensatella has certainly thrown well against us in the past, but certainly last year. And it's going to be a cold night, so we're going to have to battle and scrap for everything we can get.
Jayce, I know you kind of just answered part of this question, but how is Fernando taking it, and what have your interactions with him been like?
Well, it's fairly recent news. The good thing is, from the last time we spoke, and checking in with the trainers as well. The good thing is he's not showing any symptoms, but he's mentally he's crushed. He wants to be there with the guys. He wants to play. He wants to be a part of it. So I think it's right now it's a little bit more mental. I think he feels Like it's as soon as he starts to get some momentum going one way, there's been a small setback here or there, and it sucks. It sucks going through. But he's pretty strong, mentally strong, inside and to stay positive. It's hard to look at it this way, but he's going to come through it, and we all go through things and have to jump over and around obstacles. And, at the end of the day, he's probably going to be stronger for it at the end of the day.
It's a sizable chunk of your offense, obviously at shortstop and left field. How do you envision kind of filling those spots, Kim and Pham?
Well, I think, certainly, Kim there and Pham probably out in left field. And, it's hard to get ahead of yourself, but, we know we've got 14 innings tomorrow as well. So we'll kind of see how tonight goes and look how we're going to get those 14 innings and what's going to be the best for the guys physically and for the team. And, the best thing we can do to, play good baseball and win ball games. Without looking, at the rules, it doesn't feel like, they've eased up, I would say, in some ways. I think the protocols may be at times a little bit stricter this year than they were last year.
And in Fernando's case, did he break any rules, or was this just a situation where he contracted COVID?
No, he didn't break any rules.
And how often are you guys tested every day still?
Every other.
Every other day. And so his test came yesterday. That's when you found out?
I told you, like, I got the call last night. Like there's a whole process. The tests come in, they go to a courier, they go to Utah, they come back. We get the information when we, get it, which is usually 24 hours, 36 hours. They're doing all the teams. So it's not as A to B as, you'd think. We get the test back when we get them back, and it just depends how many teams and, how efficient they are that day. I think the key is, at least us, we try not to let our guard down. And you're right, with, maybe outside there's some things loosening and things like that. But, at the end of the day, we all kind of know, the risk, and anything can happen kind of anywhere. And, why we have a lot of rules. There's also that side as well, where we understand we're blessed to get to play baseball. We're blessed to get to show up a major league ballpark and get to play. So while some of the rules are tight and things like that, the guys, we're doing the best we can, and at the same time, we certainly understand we're fortunate enough we're getting to play Major League Baseball, and we're trying to see the positive in things as well.
Hey, Jayce, do you know if Toddy has been vaccinated? Either one or both shots?
Yeah, that's something that I'm just not comfortable sharing with, the public on, which one of our players and who has been and who hasn't been vaccinated. I'm just not comfortable sharing that.
Okay. And last week, I believe it was, you said you guys were close to the 85% threshold. Do you know where you are today?
I do. And, I still, we're hopeful we'll get there. We still think we're a couple players away from getting there. Will we get there? I don't know at the end of the day. But I think we're optimistic. We will. We're just, a couple guys short. And look, we understand, the one thing with the protocols and things like that, it's a clear competitive advantage to get to that 85%. So, our guys are educated. We're educating them on it, and that's where we are. But I'm optimistic. At some point, throughout the summer, I think we'll get to that 85%.